Yo, welcome back everybody to another episode of Muscle Talk. I'm your host, of course. RTM, which stands for Russell the Muscle. And I got a special guest once again, of course, the dancing turkey himself, Andrew.
For the third time, I'm not a turkey. You're a turkey.
Are you sure?
Yeah, I'm sure.
I just want to say, speaking of the dancing turkey, happy Thanksgiving. Shit, wrong holidays. New Year's, right?
Merry Christmas.
Oh. No, it's Easter.
Valentine's.
Halloween.
I can't think of it anymore.
4th of July.
Oh, yeah.
Or as I like to call it, 4th of July. I have a salty relationship with the 4th of July at the moment. Okay, Andrew?
Okay.
It is New Year's, everybody, and I hope everyone enjoyed their New Year's. I, of course, did. Spent time with the fam, fam.
I made money in the back of a store, working all day.
In an illegal store.
Nope, not illegal. Not yet.
Not yet.
That's next year.
That's next year. All right. Let's get into our episode today. As you see up there, there's Thor: The Dark World. That is because that is the worst MCU movie ever made. MCU movie or show ever made. Fucking made history as such a terrible movie. And this episode is on the worst to best MCU movies and television shows. So I am excited to talk about it. But as I said, Thor: The Dark World, terrible movie. I have it ranked. I think I have 32 movies and shows on this list. I didn't include What If because I'm talking live action. What If is animated. I will say What If is pretty entertaining. I mean, it has its moments. It's cool seeing, you know, like what if the Avengers were zombies, and what if Ultron got the Infinity Gauntlet. I thought that was a good episode. But we're talking live action. And Thor: The Dark World is way at the bottom of the barrel. I rank it like a 1 out of 10. Terrible movie, and it's one of the only MCU movies that I will never watch again. It's boring, not memorable. The villain is terrible, trash. And the villain makes a whole big part of the movie. Overall, that movie is terrible. Your thoughts? Where do you have it on your list?
I have it as the last on my list at 25.
25? I have 32.
That's because you have TV shows on there. I don't.
Yeah, that's because Andrew refuses to watch the TV shows.
Because they usually suck. For me, anyway.
You haven't seen them.
There's only one TV show that I actually want to watch.
Which is...
The Punisher.
That show sucks. I'm kidding, boo-boo. No, but okay, so you have it at the bottom as well. That's good to know. I guarantee you all the shows you would have above it. Alrighty, moving on to second to last, Iron Man 3. That movie was terrible. Once again, the villain makes the whole movie, and just the way they did the Mandarin in this movie is dreadful. I am very disappointed in this movie overall, especially since I love Iron Man. I love Robert Downey Jr. He's my favorite Avenger of all time. So the fact that they had this shit Iron Man 3, shame on you, MCU. Shame on you. One of the only 4 or 5 movies I would never watch again from the MCU, and it had to be an Iron Man movie. Shame on you. What do you have it ranked as?
Iron Man 3? I have it as 20 on my list. I like that movie. I think it was amazing. But I like the movie because they had one of my favorite actors in it. I don't remember his name.
Oh, great. How can you call him a favorite actor you don't remember his name? I know all my favorite actors' names.
Never mind. He wasn't in that one. He was in the second one. Never mind. Scratch that.
So then where do you have it on your list?
Iron Man 3 is still number 20. I was combining the second movie and the third movie.
You loved the Mandarin in that movie, didn't you?
No, I didn't. I thought it was funny, but no, I didn't like it.
Mm-hmm.
Isn't that the guy who could turn into a hot guy or something? Like a flaming dude?
I'm not gonna talk to you anymore.
I'm serious.
All right, moving on. Since Andrew don't know better and he put Iron Man 3 so high on the list,
No, it wasn't.
let's talk about Andrew's favorite movie in the MCU, and that is Captain Marvel. This is the third to last for me, but Andrew's got it in top 5 for some reason.
That's the biggest lie in the world. It's not even on my list.
This movie sucks. I hate this movie. I hate the actress in general. The movie had its boring moments, and I find it so stupid that they had to like remove her memories just because of how powerful she is. She truly is. She is fucking powerful as hell. I just don't think they did her justice in the movie, and I don't like the actress in general. So I just don't like this movie. I hate this movie. This is one movie I will never watch again. Honestly, there's only 3 movies on this list I would never watch again. The rest of them, they start getting okay, and then good, and then pretty good, and then really good, and then great, and then good with a bang, and then super duper good, and then fantastic, and then excellent, and then excellently good. And just face throughout all those goods.
That was a lot of goods.
Where do you have any of this?
What, Captain Marvel? Mm-hmm. I don't have him on this because I never wanted to go see it or watch it at all.
Why?
You know exactly why I didn't watch that movie. For the same reason you didn't like it, because I was like, it looks stupid, so I didn't watch it.
Okay, fair enough.
Yeah.
How are you gonna call yourself a Marvel fan without watching every movie, whether they're good, really good, not so good, decently good, excellently good, good with a bang?
I watched all the Star Wars.
Those are horrible. Moving on.
Do you want me to leave?
Moving on, boo-boo. Alright. Thor, the first Thor movie. I'm not gonna lie, I mean, I think it's underrated. I might even be underrating it a little bit. It's not terrible, but it's not like extremely good at the same time. It's pretty good. It's alright. It had its moments, like when Thor slammed the glass on the floor and was like, I demand another. He's not used to being on Earth. Some of the fight scenes, like the end fight scene with Loki, was really good. And it had its moments. The scene where Thor was trying to pick up his hammer, but he wasn't worthy anymore, and everyone was just staring at him as he was trying to pick it up and he couldn't. It was a pretty good movie. I actually really do kind of enjoy it, but it's not enjoyable enough to have it higher on my list. Andrew, your thoughts, and where do you have it?
I thought it was an okay movie. I didn't think it was a great movie. I don't remember them. I don't remember any of the Thors other than like parts of Ragnarok. But you know, I have it as 23.
Okay. If I was to rank this movie, since I said it's pretty good, I would probably give it like a 6 out of 10. I wouldn't rank it too like. It wasn't bad. It had its boring moments, but it is an introduction movie. We got to remember.
Iron Man was better though.
Oh yeah, for sure. We'll talk about that later. By the way, I want to apologize in advance if I have an echo. For some reason, my freaking the headphone and the mic isn't working well today. It's set up like my settings are set up the same way as Andrew's, and he don't have a freaking echo.
Because I am the chosen one.
Shut up. I could have stolen his mic, but I let him have it. Plus, I need to sit on this side.
He thinks he's the bee's knees, double D's.
Alright. But moving on to Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2.
Hooked on a feeling.
You're kind of weird, dude.
You're weird.
Dude, what'd you do? Did you cause a fire?
No. I'll put him out soon.
Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2, same boat as the first Thor movie. I found it had really good moments, like when Rocket was in the trees. But I thought it was nowhere near as good as the first one. And I found it had its moments that were annoying. I mean, some people like the main villain, his dad. I found him annoying. I didn't care for him, to be honest. And the villain, like I said, makes the whole movie. So, yeah, I just have this movie lower on my list than a lot of people probably do. But I am excited for Guardians Volume 3 and the Christmas special. I'm excited for both.
I can't believe they're making a Christmas special.
I know.
That's gonna be stupid.
But, yeah. Where do you have it?
What if they make Groot a Christmas tree?
Oh, that would be great. I think some ornaments on his ass.
Oh my god. Okay, anyway, I have Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2 at number 14. Because I like that movie.
Andrew does typically overrate things, but
no, I do not.
It's okay to be wrong sometimes.
No, I like that movie because I think it's like a comedy movie. I think out of all of the actual like movies that are just on a particular group or person, theirs is the best. Like, I don't know. That's how I feel. Other than like Spider-Man and Iron Man, I feel like their movies have consistently been good. Not amazing or bad, but I think they're good.
All right. Moving on. Let's talk about Shang-Chi. Okay, everybody. I never watched it. But I have it this high on the list because there's no way. I heard it was such a good movie, but there's no way this movie could be worse than the other movies I saw. But honestly, I never was interested to see this movie. I found it looked kind of dumb. Plus, to me, this looks more like a martial arts movie than a superhero movie. Like, imagine if Shang-Chi came in before. Imagine if Shang-Chi came in before Endgame. You want to see him fucking kick Thanos in the face?
I'd fancy it.
People I think are overrating this movie. My uncle has it in top 5 best superhero movies. There's no way I'm gonna put this in top 5, even if I watch it. It did not interest me to see it. Still doesn't. I'm not gonna watch it. That's all I got to say. You?
I didn't see it. I thought it looked cool, and then it came out, and I just never got around to watching it.
Okay. Moving on. Eternals. Did you watch Eternals?
I thought that looked actually stupid. And I got bored. More bored of it every time I saw a freaking commercial. I got more annoyed by it.
You know what's funny? I actually did watch half of it. I watched half the movie and then I turned it off. I didn't want to watch it. I found it annoying. I watched this one. I didn't watch it in theaters. I watched it on a free website. I did not say that out loud. Shh. No, but I found it annoying. I didn't like it. And since I only watched half of it, I'm putting it in the same boat as Shang-Chi. I'm gonna say, I never know. It might have ended good. I'm gonna say it can't be as bad as Guardians Volume 2 and above. So, yeah. But from what I did watch of it, I didn't like it, to be honest with you. What about you? What says you?
I didn't watch it. I thought it looked stupid.
Dude, you don't watch anything.
I did hear that, I guess that, Angelina Jolie's character is like Thanos' cousin or something.
She's hot. I'm kidding. Don't tell my wife your eyes.
That's Angelina Jolie.
No. The next movie Andrew didn't see as well, but I did. Black Widow.
I'm not getting on my soapbox on this. I've told a million people my reasonings.
Listen, Black Widow was actually pretty good. I kind of enjoyed it. It wasn't like excellent. It wasn't like Avenger level, but it was alright. I mean, to me, it had its moments. There was cool fight scenes in it. The first fight scene with Taskmaster was pretty cool. When Black Widow was fighting her sister, it was pretty cool. I enjoyed it. But Taskmaster, I didn't think they did him as well as they should have.
Didn't they make Taskmaster a girl though?
Be quiet. You didn't see it. You don't deserve to know anything.
I know they did.
Taskmaster, I didn't enjoy the I didn't enjoy how, I mean, how
they portrayed him.
yeah.
Okay,
That's what I'm going with.
My thing is this: I wanted to see that movie.
It was pretty cool. There was cool moments in it.
Then I saw the trailer. I was like, "This looks freaking stupid," because I feel like they could have made it a way more like grimy, dirty movie than they did. Because I always compare the Red Sparrow movie with Jennifer Lawrence. That was a perfect.
Honestly, though, it took them long enough to make a Black Widow movie.
Well, that was my second thing. They should have made it years ago.
They should have made it way before she died.
I know, before they kill her off and no one cares about her anymore. Oh yeah, remember she died? Yeah, no.
Like that's probably why. Like I didn't care for this movie when it came out. I only watched it because there was pressure. Everyone wanted me to watch it. I didn't care for it when it came out. I didn't want to watch it. I ended up watching it. Didn't enjoy it that much. It was alright. It wasn't bad though. It was pretty cool. I mean, my favorite moment in it was probably when she fought her sister. That was a cool scene. They're fucking good. They're both badasses. And then the first fight scene with Taskmaster was pretty dope too.
Did he have the sword?
Yes.
I prefer him fighting Spider-Man.
I hope we see more of Taskmaster, though. It would be cool to see what they do with him next. All right, moving on. I don't want to spend an hour on just Black Widow. The Incredible Hulk. Listen, I'm going to get judged. People might think I overrated it. People might think I underrated it. I have friends who really love this movie. I have one friend who puts it in their top 5. I don't see how. It had a lot of boring moments. And I've never been a big fan of Hulk.
I like Abomination.
That's probably like the peak of the movie. Abomination versus Hulk. That's cool. There was some good moments in the movie, but it's still a little boring. Most of the movie isn't that memorable, to be honest with you. So that's why I have it so low. But at the same time, I won't underrate it either. I'll probably rank it like a 7 out of 10 if anything. It wasn't terrible, but it wasn't like all that special either. What about you, Andrew? Where you have it?
I had it at 16. I don't think it was amazing, but I thought it was good. I saw it when I was a kid, so I always liked Hulk. And I played the game. It was cool.
That's fair. Moving on to something you've never seen. Falcon and the Winter Soldier, the show. This show is pretty good. I mean, it had its dramatic moments. I hated the fact that it kept dwelling on their family issues. Like, move the fuck on. I want to see some more action, some more hero shit. I don't want to see this about the boat and money troubles and all this drama. Like, come on. Plus the main villain, I didn't like her either. It had its annoying moments, but it wasn't a bad show. But at the same time, I have the worst of all of the shows, to be honest with you. A lot of people overrate this show, and I didn't hate it, but I definitely hope season 2 is way better, and I hope they focus more on Falcon and Winter Soldier and less on family troubles. Thank you.
I think I know why they did that. Try to make it like Spider-Man, more human-y.
Alright, what's your thoughts on the show?
I think it looks stupid, in all honesty. I think they should have left Captain America be Captain America.
Then you're definitely gonna judge this show, WandaVision. I enjoyed WandaVision. I thought it's excellent. From this point on, all the rest of the movies I have on here are like, you know, they're not bad movies or shows. That from this point on, they're either good through fantastic. And WandaVision was good. I won't say it was fantastic, but it was good. I mean, the reason why I can't say it was fantastic is the first 3 episodes were annoying as shit. But if you can get past the first 3 episodes and you start understanding and having an appreciation for the show, you'll enjoy it. I mean, the show ended up being great. I mean, Wanda, if you haven't seen it by now, then you're an idiot. So, like, I'm gonna spoil it. Like, the fact that Wanda held a whole town hostage just to keep Vision alive and her kids that she created in her mind alive It's fantastic. Like, at that point, you don't know if she's a villain or a hero. Like, you got to understand her reasoning, but at the same time, that's crazy. And she's powerful enough to do this. So I found the show to become great, especially when they introduced Agatha. She was right under our noses, and we never knew that was going to be her. That's great. There was great surprises in the show, and overall, like, I enjoyed it. But the first 3 episodes were annoying. That's why it's this low on my list. Perhaps, if they didn't paint it as some fucking weird ass sitcom at the beginning, maybe it'd be higher. But I still think the show was really good, and I wish there was gonna be a season 2, but there is not. All right, moving on. Can you guess what's next?
No, not with that.
What about if I give you a massive hint?
Okay.
You know, you probably won't get it from this hint, though.
Well, give me the hint then.
It has ants in it.
Wow. It's going to be the best movie of all time.
And the Wasp.
Are you talking about the Bees movie?
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Ant-Man and the Wasp. This is a funny movie, man. I mean, it's a little low on my list because it had its annoying moments. But honestly, when you see freaking Hank's wife going in, like talking from Scott, and then Scott holds Hank's hand, and then he wakes up and looks and is like so confused. It's hilarious. It's funny moments. I really enjoyed this movie. That's why it beat out the rest of the movies that I already talked about. But I mean, it wasn't perfect, but it was really good at the same time. Your thoughts?
I like ants playing drums, so I like that movie. I had it at 15.
15. Okay. Fair enough. All right. Moving on. Doctor Strange. This movie was really good. It had its moments. It was a little boring at the beginning. The first, probably 45 minutes were boring. So only an hour of real entertainment. Half the movie was boring. But it's an introduction movie, so of course you're gonna expect that. But overall, I thought they introduced him really well. I thought the storyline was good, and I can't wait to see the Multiverse of Madness. I think that's gonna be great. I think the Multiverse of Madness could make it top 5 MCU material. But as far as I'm concerned, the first Doctor Strange movie was not perfect. It had its flaws, and of course, like I said, it was boring. But I told you already, it was an introduction movie, so you gotta expect that from most of the introductory movies, you know. And Andrew.
I thought it was a good movie. I found it entertaining.
Where you rank it?
I had it at 12, above another movie.
Okay. All right, next movie we're gonna talk about. Andrew's favorite movie.
What now?
Black Panther. I enjoyed this movie. It was entertaining. It had its it was a really good storyline, good build. I think they could have done better with the CGI, and I think Andrew definitely agrees with me. He brought that up earlier. And I the thing is, it was boring in most of the movie. Again, it was an introduction movie, so I understand. But it was boring most of the movie. It was more boring than Doctor Strange, to be honest. There was only 2 really good moments in this movie that I really enjoyed, and they were the 2 fight scenes. Other than that, I didn't care for the rest of the moments in this movie. But those 2 fight scenes pushed it higher in the list than a lot of the movies, but I have it in the same boat as Doctor Strange. A little boring, but entertaining at the same time. And a lot of I'm gonna get a lot of hate for that because I know a lot of people overrate this movie. But it's okay to be wrong sometimes, so you guys can admit it. But I did enjoy the movie. I didn't hate it. I hate when people play the race card. Oh, you didn't like this movie because the main character is black. I get those comments on Instagram all the time.
Pig.
and I hate that. You have this movie lower than me.
I can.
I hate when people do that. It's my opinion. It's not a race thing. I love Kevin Hart. I love the guy who played Black Panther in general. Chadwick Boseman was fantastic.
Black guy to make it not racist. Hey, I'm not racist just because he's black. I don't care. I like Kevin Hart, you know, and Eddie Murphy, the donkey guy. That doesn't help your case.
I'll try to explain there are black actors that I like.
Samuel Jackson.
Yeah, Nick Fury, he's good. I love Black Panther in Civil War.
That's what I was gonna say. He's way better in freaking Civil War than that movie.
The movie wasn't that great. It had its good moments, but it wasn't fantastic. It was flawed, like every introductory movie is, though. Other than Iron Man. Iron Man is cute and very, very.
You're freaking weird.
But where did you rate it?
I had it all the way down at 21.
See,
My list was 25.
I didn't have it.
This is
that
my
low.
thing about Black Panther. I think the character's really cool. I like Chadwick Boseman's portrayal. I just thought that the whole Black Panther movie, it jumping around all the time to different places, I thought it was boring. I didn't really like it. I didn't like the CGI because it just looked way fake. Like, I like Guardians of the Galaxy, and that's like the biggest CGI Marvel movie there is.
Yeah.
But the CGI in this looked really fake. I preferred his whole character arc in Civil War because it was more like, I don't know. I just preferred that. And I liked the character and like the games and everything, but I just didn't like the movie.
Okay. Moving on. I have this kind of in the same boat as Black Panther. I thought it had its good moments. I thought it had its boring moments. But the reason why it's a little higher is because it stars Robert Downey Jr. in Iron Man. I love Iron Man. He's my favorite MCU Avenger. And that movie is Iron Man 2. The first two Iron Man movies are nowhere near as good as the first one. I mean, the second and third one is nowhere near as good as the first one, in my opinion. But Iron Man 2, I thought it was pretty good. I thought it was entertaining. I thought the Iron Man storyline in general was a good build. But it did have its moments and it did have its flaws. What says you?
I liked Iron Man 2 because of an actor in the movie. This is the movie I was talking about. And I liked that whole racetrack scene. That was freaking cool and funny at the same time.
Where did you have it?
I had it at 17. So slightly lower than Hulk and Ant-Man and Wasp and Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2.
Okay.
But yeah, the actor I was talking about, I always forget his name. The one who sells the guns and stuff. You know, that guy, that actor, he's freaking hilarious. I like that guy.
Look how I have it. You'll see later when you rewatch the
because I can't see anything.
Hawkeye is inside Iron Man right now. I hope the world can see that.
I hope they can't for their sake. That's a different type of multiverse.
Alright, next we're talking about the Hawkeye show. Entertaining, great show in general. I love both the actor and the actress in the show. I think they're doing a great job. I think it's a great storyline. I think there's great moments, great action scenes. The way they continue on the story of Ronin. He was in Endgame, and they're showing what happened with him throughout that storyline after he lost his family. I think overall the show is really good, and I have it above the rest of the shows I talked about, obviously. Andrew hasn't seen it.
Well, how is that funny?
He hasn't seen a lot of things. Why haven't you seen it?
Good shows.
It's a good show.
Star Wars shows. Mando. Those shows I watch.
Next, Ant-Man, the first Ant-Man movie. I thought it was better than Ant-Man and the Wasp. I thought it was very funny from beginning to end. I thought it was entertaining. I thought the storyline and how they portray Scott is great. And I thought that the actor is fantastic. I mean, Paul Rudd plays a great Ant-Man. So and the actor matters. The villain, fantastic again. The only thing is that I don't have it as high as the rest of the movies on this list, but I still think it was a great movie. What about you? Where you got it?
I had it at number 10. I liked it a lot. I thought it was funny.
That's fair.
I find Ant-Man to be one of the more real life type movies. Because he's a bad guy, goes to jail, comes out, tries to just make everything good, and then becomes a superhero who can get really tiny.
I have it in like top 15. Moving on to Spider-Man Homecoming, the introduction into Spider-Man. This is a different introductory story because this isn't as boring as some of the others, like Black Panther, Doctor Strange, and you know, all of them, Incredible Hulk. This is Spider-Man story, and it's funny from beginning to end. You know, when he saves the bicycle, that was hilarious. Overall, the movie was great. Great villain. The guy who plays Vulture, fantastic actor. Vulture is great. Yeah, the same guy who played Jack Frost. Entertaining movie. I really enjoyed it. So that's why I have it in like top 14. What says you?
I had it top number 8, and I like that movie because I like Spider-Man and always have, and always will.
All right, so I was flipping back and forth between these two movies. I didn't know where to put them, but I have an appreciation for the next movie I'm gonna talk about because the story is fantastic, the build is fantastic, and he truly has the second best trilogy of movies after Spider-Man. After No Way Home came out, Spider-Man jumped to the best trilogy in the MCU so far. But I will say next, Captain America, the First Avenger. I have an appreciation for the movie. I thought it had its boring moments, but they told the story perfect for Captain America, and I really enjoyed it. So that's all I got to say. I think it's in like top 13 at least. What says you?
I really don't like the character of Captain America.
You didn't like Chris Evans?
I like Chris Evans in the Avengers movies. I just can't stand his own movie by himself.
Okay. So what did you rank it?
22.
Oh my god, dude, you underrated it.
I didn't like that.
You know what?
I liked him.
Before I cut you out, I'm moving on.
I like the second one.
Next, Avengers Age of Ultron. I almost had to put this in my top 10, but I was flipping through other things. I really enjoyed this movie, but I do think it is the worst Avengers movie, to be honest. But Ultron was good. I mean, he's not as great as Thanos, not as great as Loki.
If they would have made him how he is in the comics, he would have been.
That's true. But I thought overall it was a good movie. Plus, they killed off Quicksilver so quick. I mean, he's supposed to be fast. He can't even outrun a bullet. So overall, the movie was good. It had its great moments, but I thought it was very flawed, and I can't put it in my top 10. Where did you have it?
18.
Okay, so you agreed. So why do you question me when you have it so low? You have it lower than me.
Well, that's because, this is my thing. I'm going to say this before we keep going, because you don't like my ranking. I do it off of, will I remember this movie going forward? And, most of them, I don't remember any of them.
I remember most of them.
I do, but most of them are, the main parts or the ending, or someone dying.
All right, moving on to something you haven't seen. Loki.
I saw Loki.
He had seen Loki. I was wrong. I stand corrected. Loki I actually have in, I think, my top 11.
I have mine at 11 too.
You do? But that's because I actually placed Infinity War and Endgame on the same one. If I didn't, it would be at number 12. But Loki, fantastic show. It was by far the second best show from the MCU, but I'm also including Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. in this. It was fantastic from beginning to end. I thought it had its great moments. Loki, of course, I love the actor. Tom Hiddleston is one of my favorite actors in the MCU storyline. Overall, it was fantastic. What says you?
I love Tom Hiddleston. He's friggin' awesome. I like Loki's character. I think he's a good character. I like Owen Wilson. Wow. And yeah,
I love Owen Wilson too.
I thought it was good.
Yeah. All right, moving on. The Winter Soldier, Captain America Winter Soldier. I love this movie. I mean, the elevator scene is one of my favorite scenes in any of the MCU movies. So that's why I have this on my top 10 right now. I thought the movie was great. I thought his fight scenes with the Winter Soldier fantastic. I thought the storyline was great. The build was fantastic. The way it built to Civil War. That's why I love his trilogy, Captain America's trilogy, because the way they built from movie to movie is fantastic. So overall, I thought this movie was great, and I have it in my top 10. What says you?
I had it at 19.
19.
Hey, when you bring up the next Captain America, you'll be happy. But I thought it was okay. I didn't think it was the bee's knees.
Okay.
I don't love Captain America.
His next movie in the trilogy, which I have in top 9, Captain America Civil War. Great storyline, the way they found extra people, Black Panther joining Iron Man's side, Spider-Man joining Iron Man's side when Tony Stark found him. Fucking
Ant-Man.
All the fight scenes in the movie was great. It had its boring moments, which is why I can't have it higher on the list. But overall, it was entertaining. Yeah, they found Ant-Man. That was great. Ant-Man turning big for the first time. Fantastic moment. He's like, whoa, small guy, big now.
That sounds so wrong.
It was overall great movie. Spider-Man in the movie stole Captain America's shield. Them saying there's normally not this much talking in a fight. Great moments throughout the whole movie, especially the end fight scene when Captain America and Winter Soldier was taking on Iron Man.
Iron Man was kicking butt.
I know. Overall, I was Team Iron Man, and I enjoyed this movie.
So am I.
Oh yeah. But overall, great movie.
I put it at number 9.
Me too. You stole mine.
No, I didn't. I had the list first.
All right. No, you didn't. Next movie, Far From Cock. Oh, sorry, that was it must have auto-corrected. I meant Far From Home. I have it typed as Far From Cock on the screen.
That's your favorite thing, so
No, Far From Home. Fantastic movie, bro. It was one of the best Spider-Man movies ever made, at least in top 3. I really enjoyed this movie, which is why I have this movie at number 8.
No.
Yeah, number 8. I got all of Spider-Man's movies were great. Tom Holland's a great actor. I think he's hilarious. Mysterio played a great villain. I really enjoyed watching him. Overall, the movie was fantastic. So what says you?
I thought it was a good movie. I put it at 13. I think it was a good movie. I just didn't like the way, I like Jake Gyllenhaal because he's freaking awesome in all of his movies. I just didn't like how they portrayed him as just some tech savvy guy.
Yeah.
If they actually made him more powerful than he was, I probably would have liked it more. But I didn't like how it was just all Stark's robots doing all the work.
All right, that's fair. All right, moving on to something you haven't seen, and that's Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. I told you guys I added this in the list. I had to. I really love this show, man. I really love this show. I have it in top 7. Think about that. That's how much I love this show. Entertaining, great storyline, great build from season to season. Great moments throughout the whole series. Once you get past the first season, it starts getting better and better and better and better. Skye, great character. Phil Coulson, the way he forms his team, great. Plus, there's always so many big twists in it. Someone turning bad or ending up being bad from the beginning. Someone dying who you really fell in love with. It makes things better and more interesting. It makes you stay tuned, you know? It's that type of series that you really need to watch. Very good. No, you didn't watch it.
Didn't Coulson die?
In what?
In Iron Man.
You mean Avengers?
Yeah, he got stabbed.
Yeah, but they explained that in the show.
What, that he didn't die?
They explained what happened. How they brought him back.
They brought him back?
Yeah.
What was
You'll have to watch it. All right. Next. Of course, Avengers. Come on, everybody knows that's gonna be high on the list. I have it at number 6. Great movie. The way they first introduced the Avengers together, great, funny from beginning to end. You had all the chemistry between Captain America, Iron Man, and Thor. It was really entertaining. Hulk slamming Loki on the floor, saying "puny God." Great moment. Iron Man saying, "Yeah, well, we got a Hulk." Great moment. It's like that movie was very, very funny. He's like, does mother know you wear her drapes?
Does mother know you wear her drapes?
Great movie. And that's why I rank it so high. What says you?
I had it at 7.
Okay.
I think I can't watch it now, but it was a good movie at the time.
Yeah.
Because now it's like so old looking, and they look so young and weird. And their costumes. Oh.
All right. Moving on to the top 6?
Well, maybe for you. Mine's a little. I have a few that you haven't named yet. That's
No, top 5. No, it's top 5. Sorry. We're moving on to the top 5. Thor Ragnarok. Oh, dude, this movie I really loved. It was funny. They finally gave Thor some characteristics. I mean, the first 2 movies just were terrible. I guess they figured, let's make the third one funny so that we could actually make it entertaining. It was great from beginning to end. Great storyline, great character development, great people added to the storyline like Valkyrie. Hulk being in it was great. You know, when Thor comes out and is like, he's a friend from work. Great moment. I thought that fight scene was fantastic. The end fight scene was great as well. Overall, this movie is fantastic. I mean, who doesn't have it in at least top 10? I have it in top 5. Andrew?
I have it at 6. I thought it was a funny movie. They shaved his head. Got rid of his eye.
He looked better with his hair shaved, though, to be honest. Not to sound gay, but he did.
You like his hair short and tight?
Yes. All right. So you had it at number 6.
Yeah.
Moving on to Guardians of the Galaxy. Of course, I have it at number 4. This movie, fantastic, bro. Like, I love this movie. I mean, all the characters are great. Every actor in it. I was even concerned about, when I first saw it, about Dave Bautista. He's a wrestler playing a big role in a MCU as Drax. He did great. Freaking Star-Lord, Chris Pratt, fantastic actor. I always loved Chris Pratt. He did great. I mean, it's funny movie. I mean, who didn't enjoy this movie? I mean, everyone. I was shocked about how good this movie was. I mean, even Groot, simply, I am Groot. I mean, it's hilarious. He's like, whoa, the language on you. He's like, he says to Thor in Endgame, "You speak Groot?"
I am Groot.
No, but it was Thor's like, it was an elective. Great movie though overall, and
this is a man.
I had to have you. I had to have it up there. What about you?
I have it number 3 because I've always loved that movie. Surprisingly enough, I haven't played the video game though. But
me neither.
I love that movie.
All right, this movie, the best introductory movie. I had to have it up there. Iron Man, the first Iron Man movie. It's great, fantastic, great moments. I mean, even the moment when he said, "I am Iron Man." Great moment. It gives you a real flashback to when he says it in Endgame. It's seriously, I really loved this movie, especially since this broke down the doors for the entire Avengers storyline. If this movie wasn't successful, we would not have the Avengers storyline. We wouldn't have the MCU. So I have to give Iron Man my appreciation. Thank you, Robert Downey Jr., for breaking down the doors to the MCU. I love you. Your turn. This is top 3.
I have it number 5.
Okay, fair enough. As long as you got it up there, you gotta appreciate this movie, man.
Yeah, put it at number 30.
Top 2, I got it with each other. Endgame, Infinity Wars. The storyline was fantastic. The way they switched from Infinity Wars to Endgame, great. I really loved the character development, every character in the movie. I thought they did spend a little too much time dwelling on the sadness of everyone disappearing 5 years ago in Endgame. But overall, the movie was fantastic. I really loved it, especially since half the movie, like they was that end fight scene that was so fucking good. It was the best fight scene in any superhero movie ever made. Infinity Wars had its great moments and fight scenes too. Thor coming and fighting and saying, "Bring me Thanos!" Great moment. Hulk being like, "Y'all screwed now." Great moments, funny moments from Robert Downey Jr.'s Iron Man saying, "Get lost, Squidward." You had Iron Man snapping his fingers in Endgame. Overall, great movies, and I had to have it in my top two, this Infinity Wars Endgame story. I really enjoyed them both, and I'm happy that I watched it. Iron Man snapping his fingers saying, "I am Iron Man," touched my heart. Another thing that disappointed me, though, I will say, is Captain Marvel not being in the movie as much as she should have. I hate her. Don't get me wrong, I hated her movie and I hate her. But they painted her out to be like the big hero for her to not even show up.
She's gonna defeat Thanos. You're all gonna see, blah blah blah. And then all she did was like take down one ship or something. That's all she did.
She was gone the whole movie, bro. And then she got punched out. Iron Man stopped him. They didn't even need her. Next, what says you?
I put Infinity War at number 2 and Endgame at number 4. The reason why I actually might have put Endgame lower. The reason why I put it at number 4 is I like the dynamics between the characters in Endgame. My main thing was I thought they left all the good parts towards the end, and I thought the beginning was boring. But I liked when Tony met up for the first time with Captain America, and he screamed at him, and all that. Like that was like premiere acting, and then the whole end scene with him passing away and the funeral and all that. It was like a whole wrap up of all the Avengers stuff. So I think it was a good movie. It was just I think they should have wrapped it up.
Okay. Moving on to number one. I mean, you all knew it was coming. We waited a long time for this movie to come out, and then it finally came out a couple years ago, and that's Fan Four Stick, everybody.
The heck is Fan Four Stick?
The newest Fantastic Four movie. That movie was great from beginning to end. Dr. Doom was great. They made him super power. I'm kidding. That movie sucked.
He was black though, remember?
The Human Torch was black.
Oh, that's right.
That movie sucked. That movie was terrible. It was dreadful. Not even part of the MCU. I just want to joke around a little bit. Horrible. They made Dr. Doom a bitch. Moving on to the real number one. Spider-Man No Way Home. A lot of people have Endgame Infinity Wars above it. I don't. I really love the movie. I thought it was the best Spider-Man movie ever made. And I think it was the best Avengers MCU movie of all time so far. Some say Doctor Strange and the Multiverse of Madness might beat it. I don't even see that. This was a great movie from beginning to end. Spoiler alert, if you haven't seen the movie yet, that's on you. I'm letting you know now. I'm about to spoil the shit out of it. Even from the moment they brought Toby and Andrew into the film.
What?
Great. Bringing the past Spider-Man in it. It was hilarious. I mean, you got Toby saying, "The Avengers, that's great. Who are they?"
Band?
And she's like, are you in a band? That's a band? To Tom Holland's Spider-Man. Or Andrew saying, "I love you guys."
Thank you.
They're both like, thank you.
Is this a superhero who's a tree?
Ned's like Peter. He's they all jump up like yeah. He's like Peter Parker. Still, we're all Peter Parker. No, it was a great movie. Funny from beginning to end. Great fight scenes. Great villains and cameos. I mean, from Dr. Octopus, Alfred Molina, William Dafoe's Green Goblin. I was happy with the movie overall, and that's why I got it at number one.
I thought it was a really good movie.
Where do you rank it?
I put it at number 1. But you already know what I would have put it at number 1, but it's not MCU yet. Deadpool for life.
Oh, Deadpool's a great movie, but I still got this at number 1. I really love No Way Home, and that's not changing. If you guys have a different opinion and you got it at like top 3, okay. but there's no way anyone can have it lower than top 5. This movie was great. If you're a true MCU Avengers fan, this will be in at least top 5 for you.
I think the one thing that I think they did wrong with Endgame,
No Way Home.
No Way Home, is I think they should have tried to push out killing off Toby. I think they should have done it. Because when they stabbed him, they made it seem like it was going to be all like this crazy thing. And then he's like, oh, I've been stabbed before. I'm like, really?
Honestly, I wouldn't want them to kill Toby, but I feel like that would establish a great...
Yeah, like my thing is, I don't want to because he's my Spider-Man, but like I feel like that would have been more of...
But Aunt May dying, though, was a big impact, though. And he needed that impact.
Yeah.
Because, Tom Holland's Spider-Man hasn't exactly been established yet, in my opinion, without that big death and loss, like every other Spider-Man. So now, and 3 more movies are official, so he needed that impact now we could actually see how he's gonna do by himself. No one even remembers him.
You want to know something I saw though?
Happy Hogan's like, how do you know her? He's like, through Spider-Man. Me too.
I saw though that Ned's character actually in also another universe does become Hobgoblin. So they could now that he
could do that. Yeah.
Turn into Hobgoblin. Yeah.
But overall, it was a great movie, and I rank it 10 out of 10. But I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Next week, of course, don't worry if you're tired of this motherfucker, I'm gonna be by myself. Next week, I'm gonna be, there's a few videos I could do, but I'm thinking I'm gonna do a top 10 list again. It's been a while since I did that. I want to do a top 10 Marvel and DC live action show list to see what you guys think. But I hope you enjoyed this video, and this was Muscle Talk. Peace.
Bye.